Hey all, 5 Minute Trader here. It is 9:45, October 28th, 2024. So market has pretty much just opened. That's 9:45 Eastern time, I should say. I've got my Tasty Trade open, ready to start. Look, if you want to sign up for Tasty Trade, that's a great free way to support the channel. There's a link in the description. Tasty Trade is a brokerage and trading platform, and it's really great. If you have money to trade or money to move, it's a great platform to use. And you don't have to pay to open or anything like that, but it helps me out. I get like referral credits from them when that happens. So appreciate that. Thank you so much if you do that. So what we do here is we spend just 5 minutes deciding to open a trade. That's the purpose of this channel, and the function of it is for people that want to be more active, but just don't have the time to sit staring at day trading candles or whatever all day long. So here I am in Tasty Trade. I'm going to sort my ETFs. I typically trade ETFs. I really like ETFs because they typically don't make really bizarre moves like stocks can do sometimes. That just is a little too stressful for me. I like ETFs because they often stay within a range. We have some movement though this morning. We talked on Friday. I was sort of on the edge about UNG, which is natural gas. It's a very cheap and it typically has a pretty low IV rank. But hey, look here. I just was looking. It's down 7% at the open this morning, and its IV rank has jumped up. It's at 46 now. So if we look at where it is, it's at 13 and a bit, just shy of 14. If we go, this is a 5-year chart. So its lowest it's been in the last 5 years is, around 13 in the last 5 years. If we go to 1 year, it's about the same. So we're in a good spot here. This is a situation we might want to think about opening some puts. So let's take a look. Now this particular underlying is very, very cheap. It's $13. So that's a blessing and a curse. It means that if you don't have a ton of capital in your account, it can be a great one to trade. It is decently liquid. It's had almost 2 million trades today already. It's easy to borrow. It hits all the requirements for liquidity, and liquidity is good because it lets you get in and out of trades easily. I have a position open in the November 15th here. I'm still way down at 12. So even with a 7% drop today, that trade, that put that I sold that a couple of weeks ago, is still well out of the money. It's still doing fine. That's one of the cool things about puts, is that they can be pretty resilient to price changes. And if you do it on ETFs, like even if I ended up owning 100 shares of natural gas because the trade went totally the wrong way for me, natural gas isn't going out of business anytime soon. It's still one of our main fuel sources. So whatever the political reasons are, I love solar. I have solar panels on my house, but like gas is it's not going away anytime soon. So when we look at this, it's again, it's a $13 underlying. The 30 delta, I like to trade around the 30 delta. If I were to sell a put at this 28 delta here, it's at $12.50, I should say. I was going to say 12 and a half, but I have a weird accent and people get confused when I use the word half. Half is like 50% of something. Okay. But anyway, 12 and a half is like way down here. It's lower than it's been in 5 years. You have to hit its 5-year low for this trade to go wrong. And even if it does go wrong, I end up owning some natural gas, which probably eventually is going to come up anyway. So this could be a really good trade to do. Now this is the 18 days out. We're 53 days out in December. I can get about double that, 60 cents for that put. And if you're the type of person that has a decent amount of capital, do we have a max loss? There's no max loss showing on here, which is kind of interesting, but that's fine. Max loss would essentially be $1,200, because you would end up, if you ended up owning 100 shares of UNG at $12, that's $1,200. And then if natural gas went out of business and that stock went down to zero, you would lose $1,200. So it's very extreme. Like extreme things need to happen. But if you're the type of person that has, a a decent amount of capital, like you might open, who knows, 10 of these or more. Like I like to trade small and often, and the reason I like to trade small is that it means that when moves like this happen, I have money available to make the trade. So this could be a really good one to sell a put on. If you're like also think, you know what, it might not go up anytime soon, you might also sell a call up here, you know, at where's the 30 delta here, right here. I'm not a math, you're going to earn more money on this. I worry a little bit about selling calls because like there's technically, you know, infinite downside. If UNG were to go through the roof and stay and continue to go up, I'm going to lose a lot of money. So like I might do, if I do sell a call, I typically also buy a put. That's called a Jade lizard. If you switch in Tasty Trade from table to curve, it's a cool view. For some reason, it's not working right now. I'll have to come back and take a look at. Oh, I think it's because I have 2 puts on there. What's going on? I got my current put. My current put in there. Let's see if I can clear that. That's okay. We'll come back to that later. But I have a put, a wonky put in here that I need to get rid of. That's the problem. There we go. Okay, cool. If you drag your stuff around, like you can sometimes work out a way to create yourself this is so cheap, this underlying, I can't really do it. I have to come like right there. So I have to sell a put at 13. Can I go any higher on this? 16 to 15, yeah, I could. I'd have to sell the put at 13. But here I could create a position that collects $1.15. And so it's collecting more money. And if for some reason UNG were to shoot up super high, I'm not going to lose any money. The green shows you where you make money. So I'm not going to make my $1.15 in that scenario, but I'm not going to lose money. It's like protection, so to speak. The problem with that is I need to sell the put at 13. So selling the put at 13, that's at the 40 delta. So if if you're in a situation where you're like, oh, I think it's going to turn around, that might not be a bad trade. I think for me, what I would probably do is sell this 12 right here, and I'd probably sell a couple of them. So that's a really good one for today. USO is also down, just to finish up. Let me, yeah, so it looks like USO is also down, like way down here. So that could be another one. It's got a high IV rank as well. Same situation. See, I have some positions in USO, including one that's in the money right now. So a future video, I'll talk about like, what do I have to do with that? Do I need to roll it? Do I need to like worry about it in any way? I'm not stressed about it right now, but it's just something to notice. And then it looks like the market, like IWM, which is the Russell, that's continued to bounce up. So I opened some puts last week. Now I'm going to go and check those in a few minutes or maybe later today to see if like, hey, are they making money? Do I need to take them off, or is that something I want to keep going? So anyway, I think we went a little longer than 5 minutes, but it was an interesting one today because we had such a big down move. That's a good time to sell puts, is when we have these big down moves. So, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and that way you'll get them every day. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.